Hello, Wrestling Fanatics. Welcome to episode 655 of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. I am Lance Brock. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Tonight, I hope everyone had a great Monday today, wherever you may be in the world right now, as we get ready for a very big weekend coming up. A lot of pro wrestling to watch. Even just Saturday alone, there are 3 different shows to watch this Saturday, between Saturday afternoon, starting at 3 p.m. with All In. And then, of course, while All In is going on, you got NXT's Great American Bash. Later, Saturday night's main event featuring Goldberg versus Gunther for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And then the next night, Sunday, is the WWE All Women's Premium Live event, Evolution. Or are they actually calling it Evolution 2? Or are they just using the name Evolution? Or are they actually calling it, like, I don't know if you would really say a sequel for a wrestling show, but like, since this is the second Evolution, who knows? I'm just rambling on a little bit right now. Just a reminder, we are, of course, as always, right here on Spreaker, but we are also streaming live on the 360 Wrestling Podcast YouTube channel as well. But I know by the time this is on Spreaker, the live stream will be over. But hello to everyone who is watching on the 360 YouTube channel. And also, everyone who is watching right now, feel free to go on to the live chat, either here on YouTube or OneStream. You can go as well and chat. But without any further ado, or wasting any more time, let's get right to it. Tonight's WWE Monday Night RAW, the go-home show before, I wouldn't say Great American Bash, because you got tomorrow night's NXT for that, but the go-home show for both Saturday night's main event and the Evolution PLE coming up this weekend. So you could say Raw was a home show for that. And tonight, WWE Monday Night RAW was live from the Mika Mutual Pavilion in Providence, Rhode Island, which I could be wrong. If so, you can feel free to correct me in the comment section. But I want to say this arena used to be formerly known as the Dunkin' Donut Center. I could be wrong. And especially if anyone is listening or watching in Rhode Island right now. You can go ahead and correct me if I am wrong with that. And I apologize, but I want to say that the Dunkin' Donuts Center was the former name of that in Providence, Rhode Island, or at least I think it was anyway. But like I said, I could be wrong. I have definitely have been wrong before, so who knows? Maybe I am right, maybe I'm wrong. And on tonight's Raw, once again, I don't know if this is still just a break, like kind of a temporary vacation, or still no Pat McAfee. I know I have heard on wrestling that it was kind of burnout. Almost, he just needed a break with his radio show and other sports stuff or whatever that he does. But the good news, still no Pat McAfee on Monday Night Raw. Corey Graves once again joining Michael Cole on commentary, which let me just say, I definitely enjoy Corey Graves with Michael Cole on commentary way more than Pat McAfee. If you're a regular listener of 360 Wrestling Podcast, you know I am definitely not a fan of what Pat McAfee had. Just to be honest, his commentary doesn't really do much for me. Definitely more of a fan of Corey Graves. Corey Graves, very good on Raw, on NXT, and I know not as many people watch it, but also on WWE Speed, doing it solo, kind of shades of Joey Styles almost. And wasting more time, let's get right into tonight's go home episode of WWE Monday Night Raw. And we have Kairi Sane getting a victory over Roxanne Perez. I guess you could call her a member of the Judgment Day now, or at least for temporary anyway, until Liv Morgan comes back. And speaking of the Judgment Day backstage, we saw Dominic Mysterio back there, still with his doctor's note, and then there was a kick, get well soon, AJ, and then we see the phenomenal one himself, AJ Styles, peeking through the curtain and disappearing. And actually, to go backwards a little bit, we started off Raw tonight with Seth Rollins, or excuse me, Seth freaking Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and the Oracle, Paul Heyman. Braun Breaker right away taking the mic for himself, cutting a promo on Sami Zayn, and then Bronson cutting a promo as well. And then Seth Rollins got on the mic, and Braun Breaker gets the win over Sami Zayn. But I should mention before, Sami Zayn attacked with a pipe by carrying Cross during his entrance before the match even started. He already had the ribs taped up anyway, so this definitely did tell a good story of Sami Zayn definitely not being 100% in this match going against Braun Breaker. And Braun Breaker gets the win 5 minutes, 11 seconds. Hits him with 3 spears. Leaves him laying out on the floor, which was a good way, even though, yes, storyline wise, you could say Sami Zayn definitely not 100% going into it. He had that rips and then that attack from Karrion Kross. So, but still, no. Braun Breaker looking impressive, destroying Sami Zayn. And then we get main event Jey Uso taking on Bronson Reed. And via disqualification, Bronson Reed getting himself disqualified. 3 minutes, 15 seconds, just whipping the steel chair at Jey Uso. But Michael Cole really told a good story of how the victory didn't really mean much to Bronson Reed. He just wanted to go out there and take Jey Uso out. That was the main goal, the main intentions of this match. That was it. Just take Jey Uso. And we have El Grande Americano starting last week is now being played by Dragunov. And we Michael Cole commentary did mention that the differences in the look of El Grande Americano now that it's not Chad Gable. Talked about how he doesn't have the tattoo on the back of his neck. He didn't actually say that was Dragunov, but he did say that it's not Chad Gable. And Americano gets the win, defeating Drag and Lee here with the diving headbutt, 9 minutes, 22 seconds. And then we also had Gunther and Goldberg on tonight's Raw. In the main event, we had Seth freaking Rollins take on Penta. And it had Seth Rollins getting the win with the stomp. 39 seconds, getting the win. And of course, the Oracle, Paul Heyman, was in the corner of Seth freaking Rollins. And that was tonight's WWE Monday Night RAW. I thought it was a pretty good show. I thought they did an okay job of building to both shows coming up this weekend. Yeah, Saturday night's main event, which will both be on Peacock and NBC. Well, here in the United States anyway. I could be wrong, but I don't remember what the situation is with Saturday night's main event. Is that on Netflix internationally too, or is that just for like the regular PLEs? I want to say probably Saturday night's main event for any international listeners or viewers right now. I'd say probably be on Netflix, but who knows? I'm definitely not 100% sure. As I talked about before, I have a lot of pro wrestling to watch. 3 shows from WWE this weekend. Of course, just mentioned SNME and Evolution. Also, Saturday afternoon is NXT, the Great American Bash. And of course, 3 p.m. Eastern, AEW, all in Texas. Unfortunately, I'm sure you may have seen on the news there's some severe flooding in the state of Texas. I have to admit, though, I'm not quite sure if it is near Global Life Field or not. Hopefully, everyone there in Texas is safe. Keep everyone there in Texas in your prayers and hope they are all doing well and doing safe. That is all for this episode 655 of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in tonight, either right here on Spreaker or any of the other podcast apps or websites, and right here on YouTube for the live stream. But before I go, just a top update. This weekend, after Saturday, I have no idea what time I'm gonna have all in watched and finished Saturday night's main event and the Great American Bash. I might try to do a podcast sometime Saturday night after I watch all three, or I just might wait till Sunday night and talk about everything all at once, all four shows. Not sure yet. I guess I'll have, like they say, play it in the or call it in the ring. I was gonna say you play it by ear, but this is a pro wrestling podcast, of course, so gotta use the pro wrestling speak. But we'll just call it in the ring, see what happens before then. But tomorrow I will be back with another episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. And also tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, a new episode of Duck 360 discussing episode 6 of Duck Dynasty The Revival. That will be tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern. So don't miss that. If you're able to listen to that, it will be up tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. So thanks, everyone. And I will talk to everyone tomorrow morning for the Tuesday episode of GMWF. Until tomorrow morning, I am Lance, and I am a wrestling fanatic.